Okay, question 10. Which point is not in the solution set of the equation 3y plus 2 equals x squared minus 5x plus 17? So notice I highlighted that not for you. When you're on the exam, that's your job. But my recommendation is highlight the not as soon as you see it so you don't look over it later when you're deciding which one's the right answer. You want to say 3 of those points are going to be on the graph, 1 of them will not. So if you find one that's on the graph and select that as your answer, they've got 3 guaranteed distractors that are going to work great for this problem. So let's go straight to our graphing calculator. Okay, home screen, new doc. Say no to drugs and add a graph page. Notice our equation does not start with y equals. It's 3y plus 2 equals. Therefore, we don't want to use a function menu. We want to go to a relation. So the first thing I do, I can never have 2 equal signs. So delete that equal sign. Choose 6 for relation and type 3y plus 2 equals x squared minus 5x plus 17. Now, I hope you did notice when I was squared there, because of the way I wrote the squared, it had me in the exponent. I had to come back to the baseline to actually get the graph the way that I want it. I want my calculator to look just like my paper. So now I press enter for my graph, and this is the graph that I'm looking at. So I want to trace this graph. Watch what happens when I do Control T. Control followed by the letter T does nothing because this is not graphed as a function. It will not give me a table, but it will trace my graph. So menu 5, 3. I set my trace step to 1 and say OK. Now, when I do menu 5, 1, I have a graph trace and I can find the points on my graph. So notice -1, 7 is a point on my graph. If I go to the right, 2, 3 is also a point on my graph. So I eliminate it. Go to the right again. When I get to 5, 5, I've got another point on my graph. So all 3 of these are wrong answers. But please do what you're supposed to do. Check that last point to make sure it's not on the graph and you didn't do something silly. So if I arrow to the left and go over and check out 210, sorry, -210, notice it's -2 and then 9.6666, and that's really -2 9/3. So that is the correct answer to question number 10, because this point is not on the graph.